Whether on four wheels or two, they will ride together as one. Hey, I'm Gary Metivier. They will rev and roar through towns all across this country on a single mission that takes us to the heart of the story.
When I looked at the little boy especially, and I thought, he's never gonna know what Dad thought of him. He's never gonna know if Dad was proud of him. He's never gonna, he can only assume, but he'll never know, he'll never be able to completely grasp what massive impact his dad would have had on his life.
Billy Chrisman knows what it's like to lose a dad. And after the attack on America and so many losses that would follow for so many families, he had to find a way to do something, anything. It started with a simple idea hatched right here on his couch.
You know, it came from right in this living room when I was watching the Fox News special on Robert O'Neill, the Navy SEAL credited with killing bin Laden.
Billy decided to ride to his home in Dallas to hand deliver a check for his foundation. He got a few friends to come along for the ride.
I created a little ride. It started at Veterans Park in Bettendorf. I had Bettendorf PD give us an escort out of the city, and I think I ended up raising a little over $16,000 for him.
And with a little help from his new friends, ThanktheSEALs was born.
We're just a group of guys, patriots, that have come together to do what's best for our fallen and their children.
Being a U.S. Navy combat veteran, there's a lot of personal vested interest that I have in wanting to go ahead and see these families with these children never forgotten. These guys are very much like brothers to me.
The mission was clear: seek out Gold Star families, those who have lost a loved one while serving their country, and give them thanks in a way only they can. Each has their own skill set, each emotionally connected to their task. Gary reaches out to the families.
It's my responsibility to go ahead and research the families and then bring those families to the board, and we collectively make a decision as a whole who we're going to go ahead and put all of our efforts and energies into for the next coming year's events. It's not an easy process because every single family that we look at is just as deserving as any other. No one family has made a different sacrifice.
Jose works with them to create a video tribute to share their story. This image of Rachel Baldwin touches his heart as much now as it did back then.
You have to have empathy when you make these, because if it gets to me, then I know I've done my job. Another one was when we did the presentation in San Antonio, the Baldwin family. And until this day, you know, I get teared up. So, there's a little girl sitting next to Lieutenant Colonel Robert Baldwin's at his funeral, and she's got these tears rolling down her eyes that are just heartbreaking, you know. It's the children that are really affected when they lose their father or their mother in conflict. So it just humbles you that we are allowed to be part of their family for the duration we work for them on their behalf.
He has followed Kyra's personal journey for years.
It's been a year, Daddy. I really, really miss you. Mommy and Grandma tell me you're safe now, in a beautiful place called heaven.
She will ride with him this year. On Friday night, they have a fundraising dinner where they honor the families. 2018 paid tribute to Ryan Owens and B.J. Luxmore. His widow Jamie talks about what this means to her family.
What we want most as Gold Star families is for our loved ones to be remembered. What we fear most is them being forgotten, and events like this make sure that people know their names and know their stories, and it's that many more people we have remembering them with us. Seeing all these people at the fundraiser tonight is very heartwarming because we didn't know most of these people before tonight. They were all strangers to us. And events like this make them family. Them choosing to come out here and help us remember our fallen heroes, it just adds that many more people to our family.
Then on Saturday, they ride.
We will be kickstands up, heading to wherever it is in the United States that we have to go ahead and deliver that check. That could take us to the East Coast or to the West Coast. We don't know. The neat thing is not only the veterans and the motorcycle community that has gotten behind this, but when we're actually out on the ride and you see a bunch of Boy Scouts with flags on bridges, on the highways as we're riding past, and you see the fire departments that have gotten out their flags, just to go ahead and say their own thank you. They're not necessarily there on a motorcycle, but they're with us. They're riding with us as well.
Each ride, each experience is unique. Billy remembers that first check they delivered in San Antonio.
I remember watching the wife and the 4 children come out of the house, and they were crying, and I can't imagine, well, I can't imagine, but I can't imagine what it was like for them. You know, their husband, their father, went off to work and never came home. You know, nothing that we could do could take that back. But what we can do is make sure that they know that people that they don't know from across the country are willing to sacrifice our time and our monies and anything that we can do to at least let them know that it wasn't in vain, and that we appreciate what their father did for us, and that we will continue to help others in the same way that we tried to help them.
For Gary, it was Virginia Beach.
Being able to go ahead and be at the memorial in Virginia Beach and having the kids be interested in wanting to sit on our motorcycles and just pick out the best one that they wanted to go ahead and have their picture taken on. And just the innocent moment of that type of interaction really meant a lot.
Like this boy dealing with the loss of his dad, but watching an entire community rally around his family.
Well, I will tell you, I was watching that little boy that day, and he did look around and he saw this amazing outpour of support. He saw those motorcycles lined up as far as he could see, of all those people coming together. He didn't have his dad, but he has a new community out there now.
That's true. That's true.
Thanks to guys like you.
Well, yeah, nothing that I do is anything extraordinary, and I really mean that. I'm doing what I should be doing. Just sometimes the smallest things, I think, really have the biggest impact on people.
Pretty important to you that it keeps going?
Yes, yes, because we cannot forget. We cannot forget our fallen, or their children, or their families.
And for the man who thinks about his dad and his loss with each and every ride, Billy finds new ways to grow his mission, a mission of thanks and remembrance.
I want the person who gave $5, or the person who just bought a hat, or whatever, give them a chance. We're going to have postcards that they can personally write a note to these families, and we will hand deliver those as well to the families in a specially marked bag. We will carry that along with the check and everything else on those motorcycles and make sure that they're hand delivered.
Kickstands up. It's time to ride. Want to help or just find out more? Check out ThanktheSEALs.com or find them on Facebook. Enjoy this story? Subscribe, hit the like button, and share it with friends. The Heart of the Story with Gary Metivier. New stories every week.